Today we're doing a very simple dress alteration. Hi everyone, I'm Leandra. Welcome or welcome back. In my last video, I was wearing a dress that I purchased from Collectif. If you're not familiar with Collectif, I have been wearing their brand for years. They are probably my absolutely most favorite vintage style dress company. They make beautiful dresses in an incredible range of sizes. They even carry my size, which can be difficult to find sometimes. I really believe they're one of those companies who strives to make all women feel beautiful and look beautiful. They just have so many classic flattering styles that look good on all body types, and as I mentioned, they have this huge range of sizes so that really there is something for everyone, and I've been a huge fan for years. Not only that, but the quality of their fabrics is phenomenal. The prints are to die for, and they're just a company that I really do stand behind and support. Let me just note here that I am not in any way, shape, or form being sponsored by Collectif, although if they ever would like to sponsor me, I'm open. I'm definitely open to a collaboration. I'm not being sponsored, I'm just a fan. But I will leave the link for their company if you would like to check them out in the description, because I have so many Collectif dresses and I don't think there's ever been one I haven't loved. However, in my last video, I was wearing a dress that I bought from Collectif. They briefly shut down the company, they kind of changed hands on ownership, and then they reopened in 2024. And I was devastated when they shut down. I just was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without my yearly fix of Collectif dresses. So I was relieved and thrilled when they reopened last year in 2024. And they did have an amazing sale of dead stock that they were wanting to kind of move as they were introducing their new lines and new collections. So during that sale, I purchased this dress with this beautiful strawberry print. And I think, you know, the dead stock stuff was kind of selling for about $25 to $35 a dress. So I got it very cheaply. And I really love this print for summer. Having it on, and like when it arrived, I was not so thrilled about all of the white accents. And, you know, Collectif is a company that will continue to create the same styles of dress in different prints, but then they will also take a print and they will create different styles within that print. So if you really love a strawberry print, you might be able to get it in 3 different dress styles and a top, you know, or things like that. And they will mix up the way that they put this print out there. And I think I probably would have liked it better in a style without all the white. But this style came with the white. It was on sale, and I do love the print, and I bought it. As I was wearing it, I noticed there were just a few things, like this halter strap, this is usually what happens to me, is a little bit too long, and so I feel like it should be up here, but it's down here. So that's an easy alteration to make. So we're going to make that alteration today. I also think I would really like to ditch this white collar. I'm not crazy about it. I'm really not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about the white buttons, and I don't like these white belt loops. I don't think that the dress came with a belt. If it did, I've lost it, and so I don't have a white belt to go with it. And I'm not crazy about the white. So I think we're going to get rid of those things. This is a very simple alterations, and I firmly believe that when you buy a piece of clothing, if you're unhappy with some of the things about it, you should change it. You should work to make it something that is uniquely suited to your tastes, and there's no harm in that. Now, obviously, if you're not very skilled at that, or if it's a very expensive piece of clothing and you're afraid of ruining it, take it to a professional and have them tailor it and alter it to suit your tastes without the risk of it being damaged. Like, definitely turn it over to a professional. You can usually get small alterations done for a very reasonable price. I've paid as little as $10 for simple alterations, up to as much as $100 for more complicated alterations. So it really depends on where you live and the skill of the person that you're working with and the difficulty of the alterations that you're looking for. But that's always an option if you just don't feel comfortable doing it yourself. I do feel comfortable with it, so I'm going to do these alterations myself, and I'm hoping this will only take me just a couple hours to transform this dress into something that will be better suited to my tastes. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the belt loops, which seems like it should go really quickly because they're very small pieces of the dress, but this is probably one of the most time-consuming parts of it because they are sewn on so well and I'm trying not to rip the fabric, that it actually takes quite a while to get the belt loops off. Thing I'm going to do is take off the collar, and it is stitched with two different seams. One seam is hidden and the other seam is right on the top, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that top seam, and then once I'm inside I can get to that inner seam. I did go back and pin the seam of the neck together again. I mean, even though it's been sewn together for a really long time, it can slide and adjust as you're sewing, so I just pinned everything in place and ran it through the sewing machine. Last of the buttons has been sewed on. Unfortunately, I did not have 3 identical buttons, so I just chose different buttons, but this is a pale pink vintage button, and I thought that this red one with all the dots on it kind of looked strawberry-like, and then another pink one down here. So I just thought I'd mix it up. Since I can't make it match, I will intentionally not make it match. The last thing I'm going to do is fold over this little strap, and then we'll be ready to try it on. The reason that I'm folding the collar over rather than cutting it and re-sewing it is that sometimes when you wear a different bra with a dress, it can change the way that the dress fits. I want to have the ability to just pop a few stitches and adjust that. This is the finished dress, and I am so happy with the way that it looks. I'm so glad that I did these alterations because now I am in love with the dress and I adore it. So I'm going to try to do like a little side-by-side where I show you the before just for comparison, and just as a reminder, we removed the white collar, we removed the white buttons, and we removed the white belt loops from around the center. So just, you can see here, the neckline is opened up a bit. I'm obviously going to do something about these straps. I didn't for the video, but when I wear it, I obviously will. And so just to remind you, like I am going to change my bra for when I wear it out in public, but obviously for this I wanted you to see that even though I'm wearing the same bra, now that I've taken this neckline up a bit, you can't see it at the side and you can't see it in the back. And before you could see the line of it because this was sitting so low. It was sitting down here, which I like a little bit more coverage. That's just me. And I like for my bra to be covered as much as possible. Fortunately, this is a strapless bra, like you can remove the strap. So I will wear this when I wear this dress, but just to show you, like, that's where the coverage has been lifted and the neckline's been lifted a little bit. I'm just loving this so much more without the white. The white was fine. It just, like the big collar and stuff, it's not for me. Mostly because I love to wear cardigans. So now that you can see how the dress looks, let's go ahead and style it the way that I would wear it. First things first, I love a petticoat with these dresses because it just makes the skirt a little fuller. So let's do that. So with a petticoat, you can see it's just a little rounder and fuller instead of hanging loosely. This is the kind of cotton dress though where, you know, like I'm probably gonna wear this in the summer without a petticoat as well because it's a comfortable casual dress. So let's do the belt next. And I think this really was the sticking point for me that made me want to make an alteration, because I really wanted to wear this with a red belt, and I didn't like the way that the red belt was looking against the white belt loops. So that was kind of my motivation, was like, I want that contrast gone. Last but not least, I always have a cardigan. And the reason that I chose the pink and red buttons is because I do have a lot of pink and red, and I knew that I was very likely going to wear pink and red accessories with this. I don't do as much green, so that's kind of why I chose those. So this is a Yemac cardigan, which I will leave the link for them because I own tons of their cardigans. I love them because this is a cotton cardigan and it has this waffle knit, and I just think that it makes it look more authentically vintage. I have some of their other cardigans as well, but this style is my favorite, and this color pink I think goes perfectly with what I'm wearing. So this is the finished look. Of course, I already have my strawberry earrings on. Thank you so much for joining me for this dress alteration video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I really love sharing the ways that I customize my clothes because I think that a lot of people don't realize that that is an option, is that if you are not totally in love with a piece, especially if you've already bought and paid for it, and there were some little changes that you could make that would make it, you know, something that you adored and would wear all the time, you should do it. And so I just like to make these videos to encourage you and to just show you basic ways that you can take a piece that is maybe so close to being perfect and make it absolutely perfect for you. I will leave the link for my blog and my Instagram in the description. I will also leave the link for Collectif because I'm holding the dress right now, because I do absolutely adore their clothes, and I highly encourage anyone who's a vintage style lover to check them out because they have amazing pieces. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.